Hello, hi, how are you today? Today I want to talk to you about the new moon in Gemini and its effects on you. Hi, I'm Patricia. Welcome to my channel, which is about Twin Flame Ascension, the Twin Flame journey, and let's get into it. So, this new moon, well, first, can we talk about Geminis? Sometimes one had two faces. I hate to say that, but it's kind of true sometimes. This energy is about don't jump to conclusions. You're going to see some opposites. You're going to see things like, you know, active and passive. People might be passively aggressive with you, or they might be very active. And then you're saying, like, wait a minute, I'm getting mixed up. This is juxtaposing certain light and dark emotions that people have. On the one side, very light, on the other side, a little bit dark. Here in the United States, we also have Memorial Day. While I don't always agree with memorializing war, many people know someone who they want to honor. And that also, can bring up these light and dark energies. It's a celebration, but there might be some grief there as well. Many people are very rapidly having grief and grief emotions come up. And in this new moon is about deep growth. This is where I kind of compare it to like the black velvet of the earth, where new growth can happen so more things can sprout out. It's not easy. Growing pains are hard. There's a lot of growing pains everywhere, but mainly in you as an individual and you as a lover. People seem to forget what this journey really is about. It's not that the ghost is a narcissist, it's that your twin flame is healing from all their stuff that they've had of grief. We need to like really flip that narrative here. So, how does this new moon affect twin flame people? That's what we really need to ask. Well, there's a couple of principles that I want to encourage you to practice. One is pausing. Pausing is not surrendering. Surrendering is allowing the divine to do what the divine needs to do after you've done what you can humanly do. Because you can't do everything, you can't see everything, you can't get up into the fifth dimension yet, although you should be working on trying. That's what I teach. And, this is part of the end game here. The other thing is this concerns your love life quite deeply. For people that have done the work, you're going to kind of come to a plateau where you kind of feel like a sense of completion, that there's not much more you can do, that there's things that you've done maybe for years and cycles you've been through, and it's like kind of cresting the mountain. You crested it, but you're coming to the next part, which is the really good part. I'm here to tell you that this coming up summer solstice, highly significant. This one, it's going to be like the Cambrian Explosion. It's going to be so evolutionary energetically for a lot of people. And we're here not just to make change. And that's another narrative we need to flip. We change things by pulling in the love that our bodies can funnel in, not the other way around. Okay? We're not changing things so that we have to be receptive. We have to be the vessel, the funnel for that higher love in order for that ripple effect to take place. That is going to be a huge thing. And a lot of people are aware of this, but they're not aware of how new this new light body is. They're getting inklings, they're getting guidance. For you as the lover, you're it. You are really it. And there's a lot of other things to know about this energy. This energy in the new moon is about thinking, it's about your mental process, it's about ways that you've related to things through your mental, emotional body, but especially the mental, the mind patterns, which is why you have to pause sometimes and you have to kind of take that step back and say, I'm going to hang on a minute. I'm going to assess this. I'm going to really take a look. I'm going to glean what I feel. I'm going to tune in. It's about me. I have to make sure. It's good. Take your time. There's not a rush. I mean, just like we've headed into spring, we're out of the snow, and there is also a lot of energy that can affect your mental process, your state of being, your mental, emotional well-being. Frankly, storms, the solar flares that cause a lot of the bad storms and geomagnetic, like forces here on Earth, what people call the Schumann resonance. Is it high? You know what? I'm going to be honest. Your new light body supersedes that stuff. What that means is your new light body really doesn't feel it in the same way as the old you. Gear up with your light body so that you stop feeling affected, so that you stop being an empath, so that you stop feeling like an HSP, highly sensitive person, because you got bigger things to do. You can't be cringing every time some, energy rolls around like the next week or the next month. You have to be riding this like a surfer. So your intellect, your thinking process, your learning, even things like education. Now, if you were to look at the scope of history and you say to yourself, like I do, hey, we've incarnated in so many lives. Don't we kind of carry some of this knowledge forward into this life? Do we really need all the, maybe not. But people still do a lot of stupid things. But there's a difference between intellect and emotional behaviors. And that's why you need to pause. I don't want you to be overly emotional. There may be other people. Be kind to your elders. There's a lot of celebrations going on. Let me tell you something. You're probably going to be feeling that weird sniffle. You got a sniffle? Cut your carbs. Get more liquids in your diet. Get more, fruits and veggies. That's no lie about it. But I do hammer this again and again in my classes to people because I'll say, how many fruits and veggies are you eating? It is getting more and more accessible, but yeah, you have to prioritize those things. Your body, your light body, needs the live foods. It's alive, just like you. So if we look at the scope, are you incarnating? Are the people that we've memorialized, what do we think about them? We sometimes think of them as being here. They're here in spirit. No, they're reincarnating. Even people in crashes, even in people who've had really severe illness, long-term lingering things, Alzheimer's, they're slingshotting into their next life. We miss them. We miss people backwards and forwards. We want to be with the person we love. And yet we've missed all these people that we've lost. We feel. And that's a really beautiful thing. We have hearts. Our hearts are activated, awakened. So some of the really good things about this moon energy, particularly for people, let me tell you something. Been doing the work. You've been doing work with me to open and expand your light body, open your channels, make your dimensional connections. These are no small things. They're highly important. In fact, they're vital, and they're really the only reason you're here. And you say, okay, but what am I showing for this? Well, this is where it comes into like feelings, a form of mental satisfaction, a form of even mental complacency. Please don't be complacent. I'm here to continue teaching, help you with getting over these little humps when you feel stuck, and to not treat it as a crisis. This is why I created a daily routine so that you pretty much stay even keeled despite whatever the energy is doing, whether in a full moon or a dark moon or a full moon or a micro moon or a super moon or a super weird dark new moon with Gemini energy bright surrounding it. We are continuing to move. And just to kind of stay in the same thing of some of this cosmic galactic healing that's happening. Cosmic galactic healing. Many people know cosmic galactic soulmates that they confuse to be their twin flame. And they can feel like someone because you knew them at a higher vibe. You knew them at a higher dimension. But not everything meshes and gels and merges and clicks. You're going to heal from that. Whatever dastardly thing they did to you, your soul has no time to waste waiting for them. The mere fact that they showed up and they're moving on, everyone's going to have to move on because there is a timeline for this. With this moon, there's also what I would call a timeline to grief. But it's for the people that expand their light body. And here's how that works. Because some people will say you can't put a timeline on grief. But you can put a timeline on ridding yourself of past grief. Maybe not future grief, but yet your new light body doesn't hold it in the same way. And these are some of the emotions that come up during these dark moons on the dark side of emotion, not evil. I'm not talking about evil, the dark side of emotion, the negatives. Okay? What happened is the result of jealousy. What happened is the result of angers and rage, wars, invasions. I mean, stuff we're still seeing now. There's no wonder it's triggering people like this. Give people a wide berth. Don't try to prove a point to them with your mind or their mind. You're not going to be on the same page. You're awakened, they're not. You need to bear that in mind, if you'll forgive the expression. You need to recall this and remember it. Where you're at may be different than where your family is at, than where people at work are at, where people on the street are at, where people are at anywhere. Okay? The beautiful part about opening and expanding your light body is you're not floating without purpose. You're here and you're not connected to those negative things in the same way anymore. You are like not totally impervious, but it's not going to latch in and hook in and rehook in and grab you and drag you down again and again and again. You rise above. One of the people in my class put it very succinctly. She said, there is a buoyancy to the new light body where even if I wanted to stay in a mood, I kept kind of coming out of that mood. Yes, that is the absolute truth. And you know how some of us are. We sometimes want to go swimming in that mood or in that depression because sometimes we recognize ourselves and we're kind of like, I want to feel this a bit. I have a point to prove. Your soul's going to be like, move it along. I got better things for you to do. Don't be stuck there, right? And this is the same reason that other things seem to like fall through your grasp, like literally like sand went right through your fingers and you can't grasp it, you can't hang on to it. You may feel in this energy that you have a loss of strength. Your strength is in your higher self connection through your light body, okay? That happens sometimes, especially if you feel a little bit like not so well. You're getting the sniffle, the spring sniffle here, where a small inflammation is serving to burn things off. There's lots of pollens or something like that. And you may say, and I'm here to tell you, You can't, even with your expanded light body, you can still get sick, which is why you have to have a daily routine about doing things pretty much the right way as you can, eating right, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. To thine own self be true. You're a twin flame, okay? And you can't skirt around that because your ascension's going to keep coming and coming and coming. There is another wave that is going to come in July, and that's going to be highly significant. It's going to be another wave of awakenings. It's going to be another level for people who are already awakened. So if I can help you on your journey, please let me do so. Please reach out or connect. You can check the description below. I hope you have a good new moon. I hope you have a good Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Even if for you that means just gathering with friends and having some good food, enjoy it. We can say thank you to those who came before, but believe it or not, through your reincarnations, you've been some of those. You've been builders. You've been creators. You've helped get us collectively to this point. Whatever memorializing of the negative things, or how the mind has to turn it around and say, well, you were a martyr. You sacrificed. And you look back and you say, was it worth the loss of my limbs? But what choice did you have? This is the life which is the last karmic life, and you have choices. And I'll just leave you with something. I was cleaning out some stuff in my car, and I found this. You matter. And on the back, I honestly don't remember where it came from. I've had people in the car that I've given lifts to, not professionally, but sort of like, hey, would you like a ride home? Okay, yeah, I'll drive you to the store or whatever. And that's a message for you, okay? You're here for a real love relationship. You can't tell by looking at it out there, but I encourage you, use this new moon energy wisely. Use it for your own growth. Use it to pause. Use it to enjoy. Use it to be introspective. Use it to tune in. And if you don't know how, let me help you. Check out my website with all kinds of good materials to help you to do this, because you already know how to love. What I'm teaching you is the light body and all the bells and whistles it has for your health, your well-being, your sharp acuity, your high intellect, and really bringing this to such a next level that it's going to blow you away. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy your weekend. Bye.